What's up, everybody? This is The Real Deal with Shane Mill. We're talking about an episode today that's very personal, very important, that I do well on it, and that I explain a lot about this because it's very important to me. This is May 12th, 2000. Here I go. I was at the shop getting my car ready, and that was when MRN used to have cup qualifying, and they said Adam Petty had been in a bad crash and flown to the hospital. I immediately called my dad. I didn't get him. I didn't know what to do. I finally got him to call me back, and he said the throttle had hung and it wasn't good. So I called my buddy Zach Brewer to see if he knew anything, because him and I and Adam have been awesome friends since we were 10 years old. We got in trouble at the go-kart tracks, our parents' race car tracks. Just had fun, played football, played this, played that. A little bit of everything. Won some races, go-kart racing against each other. It was really fun knowing him. We had lake houses across from each other, and got in trouble. I remember one time we were cutting through this little area you cut through. It was about a foot deep of water, and so you could barely sneak over it. And me and him went through about, jumped over, and cops come to my house later on that day, and I guess somebody was under there and we had run them over. Didn't know it and kept going, but I never felt a balloon, nothing like that. So I don't remember it, but Adam had already told on my ass. He said I was the one that did it. He was quick to tattle. He was one of those, he knew his last name. He used it a lot. But a great dude, great human being. Probably a better human being than a racer, and at 19 years old, he was already bush racing and running well. And that was probably one of the hardest times in the Bush Series. They had 60 cars a week to try to make the shows. But I called my dad again, and he said, Shane, it's not good. Adam didn't make it because of all the bad injuries. And he had a basal skull fracture, and that's what killed him. And that was something hard to hear.
I called my dad again.
There you go. Typical. Always get something a little messed up. But either way, I called my dad again, and he said it wasn't good. Adam died of a basal skull fracture. Sucked. So I headed home from the shop. It was a shitty day. And I was going to figure out how I was going to figure life out, what I was going to do with losing a really close friend. Was I going to keep racing? Did it something that, shut my career off because I didn't want to die either? But I laid in bed and was mad and then sad. Then I cried a bunch. My emotions were through the roof. It was something that I didn't enjoy, I can tell you that. And a bunch of people called me up and invited me to a little Mexican restaurant in the local area, and they didn't ID, so You could go have a couple drinks. I didn't drink a lot, but I had some drinks that night and got a little drunk. I knew I had to race the next day. I wasn't worried about it. I felt like I had a good shot, and a few drinks weren't going to hurt me. But I ended up getting drunker than I thought. Woke up a little late, headed to the shop, and let me back up. I was at the bar, and I want to say that I was drinking SoCo and limes, and I didn't mean to be drinking SoCo and limes at 19 years old and didn't drink, but that's what had got me. So I ended up staying there and drinking more than I should have. Oh, but that's part of it. I woke up the next morning to get headed to the shop, and I didn't shave. I half looked like trash pulling up to the shop. Talked to my guys, talked to them about what had happened, what we had all heard of this and that. Everybody knew somebody that worked on the team. They were bringing them all home. That would be a big deal because that was such a family team. There were so many people that were related or been with the Petties for 20 years on that team. It was a special project, and Adam was right in the middle of building Victory Junction Victory Junction Camp, and it was such a cool place to have a great idea like that. But I got out of the shop, and I got headed down 85 South, and we got about Jake Alexander Boulevard, if anybody knows where that is, and blew a tire. And this was obviously 22 years ago, and the highway was a lot more narrow, and we blew a tire and finally got over, and luckily it was on the passenger side. We built a little trick. Most people know about it. You build a little triangle, 2x4s, run the tire up on it. It raises your tire up that you need to change. Loosen it up, pull it off. We had to swap the middle to the front, but luckily we had 3 axles, so we were fine. We only had to go about 45 more minutes. We were on it, and we didn't have a spare tire, believe it or not, run by them. I was the general manager, driver, setup guy. Well, my main helper was my tire specialist, Draper. He could do it. He'd help me do anything, but we had to do it together. He was my tire guy and took care of all that. We got to the track. We were a little late. We all looked dirty as hell, like white trash. And I was a big fan of team looking clean, looking nice. Looked like we were worth more than we were, even though we were a broke-ass late model team. 1 car, 1 motor, 2 sets of wheels. We didn't. My dad raced for a long time. He knew not to blow everything. He'd worked his ass off for him, late model racing. I might not even been good, but that night we missed practice, got there and went out and qualified and set quick time. That was the 6th or 7th or 8th, who knows, in a row. But I hadn't put together a win. There'd been a lot of giveaways. I'd been in crashes. I had run the tires too hard. I used I remember I I'd use free Pennzoil gear oil because my dad was competition director at DEI, and it was free instead of spending $10 and it was burning up the ratchet strings. So about lap 25, I was dead ass sideways, only spinning the right rear. But that's part of it. I'm learning. I was learning. I had I had a big emotional night at the track. It was just in and out. I remember it. I don't remember it. Remember it was 150 lapper, and I really wanted to win the race for Adam. I know it didn't mean shit if I won or if I lost, but I just wanted to do it so I could, and because I hadn't yet. And luckily, I led the whole race in 150 lappers, and we won. Tore us down, or went through tech, passed all that, and loaded up. Started driving home. All the guys were emotional. Everybody knew somebody that knew Adam or knew Adam. We all had been so close that the ride home was exciting, depressing, up, down, but either way we had won, and that was an important day. So the next day we watched the Cup race. They did a lot of tributes to Adam. It was hard to watch, stuff like that. I didn't really do well with death. My grandparents owned nursing homes since the 50s, and I hung out there all the time, and I'd become friends with the patients, and then hell, they'd end up dying. I was like, shit, I don't even need to be friends with people if they end up dying. And then I obviously got older and understood what was going on, but still had never been someone that wants to go to funerals or anything like that. And I know that's selfish, but I would rather remember you and not watch you see you laying there. But this was something that I had to do. It was May 15th, my 20th birthday. I knew that it was going to be a strong day for my thoughts, my prayers, I didn't even know what to think, what to expect. I was kind of lost I was just lost, and that sucked. Didn't care that I won the race, which who gives a shit. All I did was take a picture and win $1,200, but I lost a really good friend. Life's that way, man, especially in a dangerous sport. Hell, look at me now. I couldn't believe I hadn't seen Adam in a while. It'd been a long time. He was racing non-stop. I was racing non-stop. He flew in airplanes. I drove a dually. It was just not the same times, and it sucked. But that was probably one of the craziest weekends I've ever had in racing. I went from the top to the bottom, to the top, back to the bottom on Monday, and that's part of life. I'm gonna share y'all part 2. The first time I went to Loudon. It's gonna be exciting. This is the real deal with Shane Neal. Thank you guys for listening.